Ladies and gentlemen, Diamond Dustin Poirier.
Yeah, Diamond.
Yeah. Thank you.
Baby
Put the
Diamond.
headset on here. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, they love you.
I love them.
How could you not love you, to be honest with you? The way
Bro, they're standing out in the freezing cold rain.
This makes no sense.
No.
Yeah, I as a man from...
With respect to you, I was walking here like maybe I shouldn't do this. It's too cold around.
Hey, with respect to you, we were thinking the same damn thing. If you were to cancel, we would very much understand. We appreciate the hell out of these people. And I think if you listen to the Green Bay conversation, I guess this is like a nice day here. It sucks out there. The fact that these people are standing out here, we're very, very grateful for. The fact that you've joined us, we're pumped up about. Nice watch. You've done well for yourself. 39-1 is the official record for you. You said over 50 fights, and we were chit-chatting earlier. Did you, at the beginning of this entire career, when did you know you were going to be a guy, and was it in front of like 10 people? How did you kind of roll into this career and get started?
Bro, I didn't know I was going to be a guy people talked about with fighting. I just knew I loved it, and just showed up at the gym every day. Was going to find out how far I can go with it. I was going to train and try to be the best I could, but I didn't know I was going to be here at the NFL draft and fighting on pay-per-views one day.
Yeah, so here at the draft, let's talk about that. You're making the pick for the New Orleans Saints tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Congratulations. That's a big deal. The Saints had to pick you, obviously. There's a lot of people that are probably from that area that they could potentially pick. The fact that they chose you, what does that mean? And are you a massive Saints fan, I assume?
I am. And no, it's an honor. I've been a Saints fan my whole life, through the bad times and the good the good time.
There you go.
The good time.
The good time. What are you in right now? The Saints.
Transitional phase. We need a quarterback. Derek Carr can go back to Vegas.
You're done with the,
I'm done. I was hopeful at first. Like I said earlier, I was hopeful at first, but I don't think it's working out.
Yeah, well, his shoulder, I think, is made the decision for all of you. Tomorrow, third-round draft pick will be very important. Let's make sure we get the name right.
Yeah.
Okay, because I made an announcement for the Indianapolis Colts, and the way they gave me the card, the way the name was pronounced, I guess is how Bobby pronounced his name at the time. Then he changes the pronunciation of his name like a year later. So I look like the biggest asshole of all time out there. I'm saying it can go wrong for you tomorrow. Just know that.
Yeah. Hopefully we get some runs of saying it a few times before they put me on stage.
Nope, you will get a card.
Well, I did the draft in Vegas 2 or 3 years ago when we drafted Alante Taylor. Me and Cam Jordan drafted Alante Taylor, dude, and he's still crushing it.
Yeah, so you're good luck.
Oh, there you go.
You are good. Okay, we like that. That's good news for the Saints. And also, you're joining us now, and we are honored to be a part of this, especially with everything you've given and sacrificed for our entertainment over the years inside the octagon. I think you have a massive announcement to make as well with the city of New Orleans and yourself, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're coming back to New Orleans. The UFC's coming back to New Orleans in July 19th. It's going to be my final fight. I'm going to lay the gloves down in Louisiana where it all started for me. The whole journey started there, and I'm just honored to have the UFC on the same page and the state of Louisiana on the same page to make all this work. I didn't know if it was going to all come together, but it did. July 19th, me and Max Holloway are going to fight 5 rounds, main event, pay-per-view for his current BMF title.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Max is a legend. I said legends only. There's not a better guy I can think to fight in my retirement fight. I was his first fight in the UFC back in 2012, and he's going to be my last fight in the UFC. So it's an honor. He's a legend, former champion, undisputed, current BMF champion. So we're going to put on another war.
Well, let me tell you this. Thank you for your service to all of us. Your last fight, obviously, coming up on July 19th. Every other fight that you've been a part of, must watch.
Yep.
Because the way you go about doing your business, we are very appreciative and respect that so much. You and Holloway obviously have met 2 times before. Has been a war every single time. I believe, right here is where we want to do this, is a Holloway move. What are you expecting here, July 19th? And have you already started training, or when does training begin for this particular fight?
Training for what I do it's a lifestyle. It's not like a season.
You want some cheese curds?
I'm cool on that. It looks good, though.
Okay.
They look crispy.
Yeah, so life, you're in gym.
It's a way of life. Yeah, we don't have seasons. It's a year-round sport. You can get a call at any moment. People get injured all the time. You got to be always ready to take advantage of opportunities.
So we talk about football players giving up. Like Aaron Rodgers, for instance. He's 20-plus years into this. And
he was at my last fight.
Did it go well or no?
Nah, the last one didn't go well.
Okay. It wasn't because Aaron. Aaron will probably go down in the world. Well,
him and Mercedes Lewis was sitting right there cage side.
That's right.
Oh, I remember I do remember that evening.
Yep.
Now, I wish you would have won, so it would be a good memory.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah. And Aaron will bring a different rock.
Yeah,
To
exactly.
the next
Mojo.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
mojo,
Yeah.
different aura down to the next one in New Orleans. But whenever we're talking about Aaron, and we talk about these players that play for a long time, 50+ fights, you say it's a lifestyle. Whenever we think about them retiring, we understand that they are also thinking about what life will be like without this thing that has kind of driven their entire lives. Like for Aaron, I think the thought of retirement is something that is broached, but the life that you live after you retire and you're no longer, this is your purpose, this is your meaning. Have you thought about that? You've obviously had to face that. And do you think you'll just train forever? Like, what do you think life looks like whenever you're not a professional fighter here after?
And honestly, it kind of comes in waves. Like I'll think about it, then kind of push it off. Because I still have another training camp and a huge test in front of me July 19th with Max. So I still have that. I think after it's going to really hit me. But, I have multiple businesses outside of fighting. I have stuff to keep me busy, but nothing is going to fill that void of being on a stage and traveling across the world and fighting somebody on pay-per-view in front of the world. I've done it for longer than I haven't. I've been fighting since I was 17 years old. I'm 36. So I'll just deal with it as it comes. But I think it's going to be a big thing to get over.
Emotional, man. I think it's going to be very emotional. And my last question before the boys are going to have theirs. That's a tough decision. Thank you for doing it and announcing it here. Obviously, that is an honor of ours. I need some tips. Okay? I don't know if I'm going to be fighting a big Austrian man, but I'm not happy about what a big Austrian man did to me on Monday night. He popped my head like a pimple, had me in a rear naked choke. Came out of nowhere, did not expect it. I was trying to go back and do my job. Blindsided me like I was going to do to you here.
Yeah.
Puts me in a rear naked choke. Okay, I had my hands in there. I thought that was the right play.
That's the first mistake. You want to use your hands, but you need to get that top hand. So a rear naked choke is in front of your neck, obviously behind your head. You need to get that top hand that's behind your head down.
So that's why, like a lever.
2-on-1 down. Break that grip. You have to.
Okay, so if he tries this again,
There it is.
Here it is. Okay,
Let me see the
boom.
technique.
You see me?
That's easy to get out of all day. The hands on your forehead. You could have grabbed that easy.
Come on,
Okay, I know. Fuck were you on Sunday?
Bro, hit me up for private lessons.
Okay, all right. So
He still got him.
And I don't know. He still got me. I'm dead.
Still down.
See, that's amateur right there.
No.
You need
No.
to tuck that hand. With the choking hand in front of your face, that's so easy to grab.
Come
you need
on,
to put
Pat.
that behind the head.
Okay, so you're telling me I need to grab top hand.
2-on-1.
He's still got him
Boom.
down.
Get
Pull
away
it
from
down.
me. I'm out right there.
out.
Okay, I'm sleeping right there. I want to let you know. I'm in a different world. My body's there. Consciousness is elsewhere.
Dude, you're on
it's-
airplane mode.
Yeah, you're right. I was on airplane mode. No Bluetooth, brother.
No.
I mean, it was problematic. So you're saying top hand,
Top hand pull down.
no problem. And then what? Am I scurrying out and I'm getting that top thing and I'm doing one of these?
You're going to pull this down and probably try to get your arm where it's under you. Then you can start working on the grip that he has around your body, the body lock.
Yeah, he's big Austrian.
But the good thing is after that, he's squeezing, you get out. He's probably tired. All the muscles need a lot of oxygen, a lot of blood. Then you can start getting to work.
Now I flip.
Now, that's just where you shine.
Now, because I had a good elbow before. They didn't show it in that video there. He attacked my friend, Michael Cole, and I didn't like that.
The big guys, third quarter, fourth quarter is when you put it on them.
Well, that's my problem. I don't have a lot of cardio either. So, yeah, I'm here for a quick time, not a long time. So, I just hit him in the head. Can we go back to the beginning of that clip? Yeah, so he's choking out my friend, Michael Cole. Michael Cole's 60 years old. I mean, he's going to kill that guy. We need to go 2-on-1 on his head. Boom! Did you see that?
I saw that.
Diamond.
That was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Thank you. I
That
was
was
just
nice.
trying to break it up. I wanted peace. I wanted love out there.
Flying ball.
And then he chokes me out of nowhere. So you're saying I need to go 2-on-1 on that
2-on-1.
top lever, and I need to wiggle out of there.
Yep.
I want to let
Get
you know.
underneath.
I'm going to think about you. Do you see that? Do you see the little bruise there? You see that?
I see that.
I thought I got cauliflower here on Monday. I did. Legit. I have a little bruise on my ear right now.
No, you do, yeah.
I thought for sure, I was like, sweet, I'm going to have cauliflower here. I thought it was going to look like you. Turns out I don't think it's going to happen just from one thing.
Nah, these are years and decades of getting smashed up.
Can you showcase yours very quickly, please?
One was still bleeding from the other day.
Look at those things, dude. Can you hear? Like,
How do they work?
yeah, how do your ears work?
Did you ever get them drained early on?
Dude, I've had them drained probably 10 times over the years. I've even had them lanced where they left a catheter in overnight for it to drain. But it's just, once it starts, I mean,
Incredibly painful.
when they first happened, now it's healed, it's solid, like cartilage. It's hard.
2 badges of honor walking around on the side of your head. I see them as. I assume you view them the same way. AJ has a question for you, Diamond.
Yeah, I know you and Daniel Cormier seem to have a great relationship. We see what he's doing in the media world as is like an organist playing behind us. This is beautiful.
Yeah, what the hell is going
Gates
on?
of heaven or something.
Baseball game.
Majestic.
Are you ever, like when it comes to broadcasting and talking about fights, we know a lot of fighters are getting into that, and I think the UFC does a good job. There's obviously other organizations. Are you looking at doing any of that?
Yeah, and I have been. I just worked maybe last weekend, the weekend before.
I'm saying full time.
314. I would love to. I've been on maybe 6 times with ESPN. I went to Bristol, worked the desk there. They've been bringing me on as a desk analyst. I would love to continue doing that, especially being retired, man, staying connected to the sport, because live TV gives me those butterflies. You know, you can't mess up. You have to be on point. There's no teleprompter. It's just off the rip. I like that.
We mess up a lot. Yeah. Small, let you know that. There is chances to mess up on live TV. Just like in the announcement of the draft pick tomorrow. But you're done in Dustin Poirier.
That's right.
You will get it done.
I'm going to pronounce the name correct. I'll pronounce the name correctly.
We'll see. You're from Louisiana. You guys got that shit.
Yeah.
You know, the way you guys
gator.
speak. Yeah,
Gator.
Gator down. You a gator eater?
Oh, yeah.
You eat gator your whole life?
Yeah.
Gator nugget? What was your favorite?
Yeah, fried. I've never had it anyway but fried.
Fried gator.
Yeah.
You know Governor
Jeff Landry?
I do.
You know, does he ever make you any gator down there?
He invited me to his, he does a big gator hunt every year.
Of course he does.
Did you go?
No, I didn't make it to the last one, but hopefully the next
We got
one.
He invited us to it as well. Yeah, we should
He
go
does it
down
every year.
Okay, so this is
We should do that.
Yeah, we should definitely go gator hunting with you down there with Governor Jeff Landry. Tone Diggs has a question for you, Diamond.
Yeah, I am a quote-unquote casual, so I just have like a broad question that I've kind of noticed. These Eastern European guys, they just come out of the womb wrestling. Is that how that works? Or what's going on there? I don't love it. Okay.
You talking about the Russian guys?
Yeah, kind of.
Is it Russia?
I mean, from like from Britain, Europe,
Soviet.
that area, the wrestling's not too prominent, but
The East, yeah.
but Dagestan, obviously.
Yeah, those guys.
The mountains out there, yeah, those guys grow up wrestling bears like Khabib, and it's a lifestyle from a very young age.
Okay.
Are they? Feels like that's what
They're
the
taking
UFC.
over.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that?
Yeah. Why don't we have young Americans wrestling bears so that we can fight in the UFC better?
I don't know, maybe we should.
Are we in a transition era of the UFC right now? You think?
I think we're in like a changing of the guard. My era, you know, I got to see the era before me. Then I was growing up. I was a fan of these guys like George St. Pierre, B.J. Penn, Chuck Liddell. I got to see that kind of get transitioned out to this new era, and I think we're going through a little bit of that now. You know, I'm on my way out. Justin Gaethje's on his way out. Kamaru Usman has a few left. Like, it's a changing of the guard right now.
How about Chandler and his performance that he put down there in Miami? What was
Patty.
Yeah, I
2 weeks ago with Patty the Batty. It feels like Patty's an upcoming star, obviously. Chandler,
Huge.
from your generation, I think a lot of fights under the belt.
Yeah, I fought him in Madison Square Garden a couple years ago.
Who won?
Me. He didn't grab the top hand.
We're going 2-on-1.
I rear naked choked him.
Yeah, okay. Ty has a question for you.
So you talked about fighting all around the world and how, like, retirement's coming. We were just at WrestleMania talking to some of these retired wrestlers who, like, I don't want to say they're chasing it, but, like, that feeling of coming down the ramp. Like, you kind of chase that forever because nothing that you can possibly do is ever going to kind of reach that peak of doing that. Have you thought about that at all? Like, obviously you have other stuff that you're going to do, but, like, will you ever be able to match the feeling of, like, when you get in the octagon and they close that door and it's like, oh shit, it's fucking go time?
And what is going through your mind while you're walking to the octagon and they shut the door?
I honestly don't think I'll ever be able to find something to fill that, you know, and ever make me feel like that again. It's kind of tunnel. I mean, during the walk, when you walk out the back into the stadium and the fans are crazy and you see the ring and your music's playing, I mean, it's kind of tunnel vision. You're not thinking, you're just going, you know, you definitely is tunnel vision. But, God, I hope I find something, you know, because I'm going to go crazy.
They shut that door, though.
They lock that door and you hear it click.
You hear it click.
Oh, yes, you're in there. Nobody's coming to save you.
Okay, that's I assume that's a feeling.
Oh, yeah.
That I would not like to experience.
Nope.
That is a gladiator-like feeling that only few men have and women have. I feel like that is a feeling, though, that you enjoy, like that sound.
Of course. And to be honest, I'm scared to death in the moment, but I love it. Nothing ever is going to feel like that. You know, I don't see how it could.
You have sweet tattoos all over your.
Oh yeah. You know what you could
so
do?
cool
You can
right
work at a zoo and feed like the lions and tigers and stuff, and they lock the gate
Yeah,
behind
just
you.
you.
And then it might be a similar feeling. I don't know. I've never done it, but something about.
Ask Governor Jeff Landry if he can feed
Bingo.
that tiger down there. Oh, shoot.
Mike, just go alligator hunt. That's probably pretty dangerous.
Oh, yeah, in the water, though.
Yeah.
You'd be in the water.
No guns.
No, I'm staying on the boat.
No, we need to chase the feeling of
Jump
the thing.
in.
You
got to choke out the gators.
Choke
Yeah.
out the
I don't even know. They don't even have a neck, bro.
Well, that's you tell me.
You're gonna have to
good or
find it.
not.
Find it. Find
Yeah,
it.
you good or not.
Find that button.
I think if you put
Look,
them
if
on
those
there,
guys can wrestle bears, we can wrestle gators. In
Bingo.
Louisiana.
bingo. Yeah, Governor Jeff
touche.
Landry's trying to do that. I think if you put them on their back, you can rub their stomachs. They go to
They
sleep.
fall asleep instantly.
Yeah, I think that is what I seen on the
I think that's a lizard.
Gate is on lizard.
Yeah, listen,
Gate is just a big list.
I don't know if you
Gate
know
is a
Gate
big-
as much as Connor has a question for you,
Yeah,
Diamond.
Diamond, something I feel like that happens in UFC is like after the fights, sometimes like you and whoever you fought or, and other guys as well will like go, show respect and then maybe get a drink after, kind of yuck it up about the fight. How is your relationship with other fighters and how does that go sometimes when it's like, hey, I just trained for, 3-4 months thinking about you, hating you, and now that the fight's over, like, yeah, let's go, share an ice cold beer.
I would say 95% of the time it is that. We think about each other every night going to sleep, wake up thinking about this guy trying to train to hurt me. I'm doing the same, and then we go out there and push each other to our limits and experience something that only us together can bring out of each other. So it's kind of a special moment between us, pushing each other to the limit. And then after, we can shake hands and just be normal people. We don't have to be the fighters anymore. We can grab a drink and talk about fighting, talk about life, and it's cool. But sometimes, on the lead up to some of these fights, there's no coming back from some of the things said, and we'll fight again if we run into each other after.
Yeah.
Have you ever?
But not, like I said, 95% of the time, it's respect after. Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. I think everybody knows who you're talking about in that particular case, and we don't need to talk about that now. But when was the last time you got in a fight outside of the cage? You can't, right? You go to jail forever.
Yeah.
I haven't fought someone outside of an octagon since I was 17 years old, probably.
Did you beat the fucking shit out of that?
Yeah. AJ said he wanted to
Yeah, AJ
kind of
said he
roll
wanted
around
to
a little
roll.
bit. If
Come on now. Never.
I would love to, man. I worked out this morning. I'm good.
What is the
I'm
training
warmed up.
routine right now? I asked you about the dieting. What is the dieting whenever you're getting? It's
Right
a
now-
lifestyle, you said.
Yeah, right now back home, I'm just kind of skill focused, like doing jiu-jitsu, doing kickboxing, things like that. I'm not in training camp. I'll start in May, go to South Florida and do my whole training camp there. I'll do 9 weeks. But I'm still in Louisiana right now, and I'm bouncing around to my buddies' gyms. I have a private gym. We'll set up personal sessions where a good couple of good guys will come into my gym. We'll roll around for a while, work on small things. But I'm always running, always lifting, and always in the gym. But I'm not specific fight focused at this moment. When I get to South Florida in May, me and my team will sit down, watch some footage, and kind of start prepping.
Weight cutting. You've been in 2 different weight classes, obviously.
Yeah.
Is there, for this fight coming up, are you going to have to cut massive amount of weight?
Honestly, I'm probably like 177, 176 pounds right now this morning. So that's 20 pounds away. That's not bad.
Okay, so 20 pounds is not bad.
No, this is great.
Okay, especially this far out.
Yeah, this is perfect.
Will it be a gradual weight loss until the fight, or is there something like the last week that is hell?
Both. So I'm going to probably start camp around 177, 176 pounds, about what I'm at right now. And then over the next 8-9 weeks, I'm going to be on a calorie deficiency through the whole training camp. And I'll probably show up to fight week around 168, 167, and I'll cut 11 or 12 pounds of water dehydrating that week.
That's like a real science, right? That's a massive part of the fight game.
Yeah,
People hate it. It's a very like.
It's the worst part of it.
Did you wrestle in high school, I assume?
I didn't.
You did not wrestle in high school?
No.
So you're just walking around fighting people in Louisiana?
Yeah.
that's awesome.
That is awesome.
You guys are awesome. You fighters are the best. I want to let you know that. The weight cutting, though, in high school wrestling, I think is a big topic of discussion.
Huge.
Obviously, in boxing, it's a big topic of discussion. UFC, it's a big topic of discussion. It's just part of the sport? Is that just kind
You
of how you
have
feel?
to, otherwise you're undersized. If I fought at 170 pounds, I'd be fighting guys who weigh 190, 200 pounds. So I'd be at a disadvantage, And maybe at the beginning levels, it's not as crazy, but once you fight the best, like all my fights, I'm fighting the best guys of my era. I'm fighting the best guys in the world. 20 pounds is a big deal when somebody's on top of you in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round. It's just you're at a disadvantage. You have to. I'd rather not do it, but I have to.
I'm 240 pounds right now. AJ, what are you?
You'd be a 205.
About 240.
I'd be a 205.
Be a light heavyweight probably, yeah.
So I'd be fighting everybody they throw bombs.
Oh, yeah.
Light heavyweight is the.
Yeah, they're big, bro.
Pereira?
Yeah, exactly. These guys are walking around 230, 240.
Yeah, but now I know.
Some of them, not all of them.
now you
No,
know
I know.
how to
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
now you know.
You got the cheat code.
I can't wait to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna call back to this moment. I'm gonna say, Diamond taught me this. And I'm gonna get out of that whole thing. Well, thank you for allowing us to be a part of your announcement of your retirement fight. July 19th, Max Holloway, BMF title on the line in New Orleans. Tickets go on sale.
May 14th, tickets go on sale to the public.
Okay, I assume that's going to sell out very quickly, especially you going back home for your last ever fight. Congratulations on an incredible career. Congratulations on what will be a very electrifying final fight. And thank you for everything you've done for us, putting your body through hell for our entertainment.
I appreciate it, but we got one more hell to walk through July 19th.
I like that. Go out. You got to make sure you go out on top.
Yeah.
As somebody that retired after making the Pro Bowl, you know,
Yeah, and
punting a little bit different.
Yeah.
Punting a little bit different. But I'll tell you, ending.
And I'm going out on my terms, man. I'm not getting squeezed out of this. I'm not letting the sport retire me. I'm retiring from the sport.
And I'm going to let you know this. There's a lot of people that can't do that.
Yeah,
okay?
I know a lot
In
of
our
them.
sport, there's a lot of people that can't do that. I was a punter, so I don't want to compare myself to anybody else. It is really nice whenever you're done for the next 10 years to be like, still got it. You know, especially because you go out on top. Those guys that kind of fall out, I think forever they have a doubt in their mind. If you go out on top, you forever have a confidence about, like, if I needed to, I could still go back in.
Exactly. How beautiful is this? I get to go out on top, potentially getting my hand raised, leaving the sport, retiring from the sport with the world championship belt on a pay-per-view. Come on, man. At home. Let's go.
Yeah. You need to make it a fairy tale, not a nightmare, brother. Good luck on all the work.
Thank you.
Can't wait to watch your training camp, and can't wait to watch July 19th. You and Max Holloway battle for the BMF title for a 5-round battle. Holloway, Poirier, 3 for the BMF title. July 19th in New Orleans. You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, Diamond Dustin Poirier.
yeah, Diamond.
Yeah, show him.
Little teach tape here.
Careful now. Careful with those ears.
Boom.
Smart. Street magician.
Smart. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. Good luck.
Thanks, man.
That was
He
awesome.
has a great watch on,
I
too.
appreciate it.
Starts
Yeah,
taking
street
your-
magician. He's gonna steal your
That guy
shit.
steal my shit.
Yeah.
Shout out. We appreciate you. Huh? David Payne?
David Payne. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like that. Bar?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, if you were taking my shit, David Payne. The magician. Steal your watch and break your neck.
I like that. Boom.
David Payne.
That's good.
What a dog, dude. We appreciate you, Dustin.